Alright then, so I know it's not any kind of, eating disorder awareness week, it's not anything like that, but we don't have to wait for particular weeks or awareness days to talk about things, because I know that I posted a mental health awareness 2021 video, but I was like, oh well, I really want to give a advice video on eating disorders, like things I wish I knew when I was going through anorexia. And I thought to myself, well, it doesn't have to be a specific awareness day or awareness week to talk about these things. In fact, we need to talk about these things more. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to tell you guys my tips and my friend's tips, because I asked one of my friends as well, but I'm keeping her name and identity in general anonymous. Basically are things I wish I knew when I had an eating disorder type of video. So anyway, let's get on to it. Firstly, food is medicine. That's the first thing I could tell you, is that food is medicine. And without food, you wouldn't be able to do literally anything. Like, it takes food for me to brainstorm this YouTube video. It takes energy and calories to message my friend and ask her for her anorexia advice. Do you understand what I'm saying? It takes calories and energy to set up the camera and have the know-how and to learn how to do that and to sit here and even talk to you and even to breathe. All of this takes calories. Without it, I wouldn't have enough energy. Like, when I had an eating disorder, I used to sit on my bed and think, I can't do anything productive today because I haven't got the energy, because I wasn't giving myself enough nutrition, enough calories to do anything. So that's the first thing. Like, think about the things that you love to do the most in life. For example, mine is music and making videos. I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't get the proper nutrition, It affects all sorts of things that you wouldn't even think about, basically. And think about your friends, family, people that want to spend time with you and have love and laughter and kindness and just have a laugh with you. You wouldn't be able to do any of that when things get worse as well. Like, if my support network wasn't so good, then I might not have got through it, really. My mom and one of my best friends and a few other people persuaded me to go to the doctors and get myself referred to an eating disorders service. And when I asked my friend, who has been going through anorexia a lot more than me, I have recovered from it, really, a lot. And my friend has, but the best she can, because she struggled a lot more with it than I did. So, what me and her both suggest is to seek help early. Like, as soon as you realise that these patterns that you're getting into are unhealthy, get some help for it. Don't just deal with it on your own. So also, when I asked my friend what other advice she had, she says to me, I have to read this out on my phone because I want to get it right. She said, sometimes people get an eating disorder because there are heavy emotions that have been suppressed, and they use their eating disorder patterns and behaviours to manage that. Her advice is that emotions don't need to be scary if we talk about them, and letting yourself feel emotions and dealing with them healthily is a lot better, you know, than turning to, you know, dangerous behaviours such as anorexia and other eating disorders and things like that, is what we're saying. She also said anorexia masks itself as the only thing that's trustworthy, but it's like an abusive partner, and it's a false sense of security that isn't even real. But her main bit of advice, which is also my advice, was to seek help as soon as you recognise all the patterns, because the thing that happened to me is my eyesight, like, let's say if I went several hours without eating, my eyesight wouldn't be as good. Like, I couldn't read things, they would be blurry, and that was pretty concerning. And it used to happen quite often, but thankfully my eyesight is not impaired anymore. Like, it's completely fine now. It used to just, I don't even understand, honestly, I tell you, it's insane. But when I was going through it, I was having like vision problems a bit if I was going a long time without food, but it's gone away now. But you know, that's because I caught it early, so don't think that it'll come back, like, if you, do you know what I mean? Just know that with me, it's because I got the help early and I recognised that I was struggling. That's how I recovered. But one thing that I'm going to have to experience the whole of my life now, because I went through an eating disorder. So let me just explain. So I had anorexia from, oh dear, early signs was like 17, a little bit, but it didn't really kick in till I was about 18, 19-ish. No, 18 properly, when I moved to university. And my eating disorder didn't go away fully until I was 20 and a half. And when I say fully, it didn't actually fully go away. It just stopped affecting my life massively. But basically, that's a long time, but it also isn't. And what happened was, your joints, your body makes something called synovial fluid. And if you don't eat enough, that dries up. So synovial fluid is the lubrication that keeps the joints fluid and moving. Like, it's like a lubrication around the joints, and it helps with movement. So I noticed when I was like really bad with my eating disorder, I started to like click, like I'd move my arm and it'd go click, 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 click. And yes, doctors say that clicking isn't a problem, because people's bodies click whether they've got eating disorder or not sometimes, and that's completely fine, completely common, fine, not a problem. But with mine, it was constant. Every time I moved, it was like click, 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 click. Really bad, really painful, and I was just like, what is going on? And I was recommended some glucosamine sulfate, and I was like, okay. So I went to Holland and Barrett, which is a health shop in the UK. I bought some, I bought a pack. I bought this, you know, glucosamine sulfate, and another pack which was omega-3 and collagen, and it was as a pack of 2. I will leave a link to it down below so that you can see what it was. It's pretty expensive, so that was hard, but I needed it. Now, luckily for me, I only need the glucosamine sulfate. I have 1,000 milligrams of that instead of 1,500 milligrams, which comes in this pack and this pack only, which is weird, but I have to take that every day of my life now, and I've taken it from the age of just coming up to age 20 till now. I'm 25. So I've been on it for a long time, and I still need it, even though my eating disorder isn't a problem anymore. you know? So it's caused lifelong damage, and I didn't even realise that this was going to happen to me, and a lot of people don't realise, but I want to speak about it in case anyone else is experiencing that with their eating disorder, because if I would have watched this video, if someone else made it back then when I was struggling with it, I would have gone, oh my god, that is what it is, oh my god, you know? And I really want to help people with my YouTube channel, you know? Yes, I want to make entertaining videos, but I also want to make helpful videos like this, you know? Just in case the right people see it and they are helped by it. Even if I just help one person, I just want to help somebody, at least. Yes, eating disorders don't fully go away, ever, really. But if you learn to kind of manage it the best way you can, like for example, I knew for a fact that I needed to gain weight, but I didn't want it to be gaining weight any other way other than muscle, because I'm 4'11" in height, which means the fat distribution, it's all squashed down because I'm so short, and it makes it really difficult for me to deal with that. But anyway, so I decided to put on muscle in my arms, which I showed in my Mental Health Awareness 2021 video. I'll show you again. So I got some dumbbells, and during lockdown I watched a workout video, and this is basically how I gained weight. I put it on my arms for muscle. So I did that, which is pretty good. So I weigh more now, which is fantastic. It won't make me look in the mirror and be like, oh, because I'm 4'11" and everything's squashed down and there's less room for anything. You know what I mean? So, and that was another problem for me. So, as well, weight is a reversible change. So if you want to gain weight, or if you have gained weight and you want to lose it, then you could. If you've lost weight and you want to gain it, then you can. It's not like that forever, you know? It's a bit like when you fry an egg. The fried egg can't then be anything else. You can't make it go back to being an egg, like just a regular egg that you crack. Do you know what I mean? It's more like an ice cube. It was water, then you put it into an ice cube, then you can just turn it back into water again. You know, that's the same with us in terms of weight. You know, if we don't have a thyroid issue, as an example, or if we're not on steroids or something like that. So, if I wanted to lose weight, I could. If I wanted to put it back on again, I could. You know. Well, with people with anorexia, they're like, I can't gain weight, I can't gain weight. But you have to look at it in different perspectives and think, well, am I healthy? You know? And it's getting the right help. The eating disorder service never really helped me, but it helped my friend, and she had it more severe than me, so it really depends on the case. So anyway then, as my last piece of advice, make sure that if you are dealing with too much in your life, make sure that you talk to people in your support network, or you go to counselling and you speak to somebody. And if you notice any patterns that are dangerous that you're doing, make sure you seek help for those. Don't suffer in silence, don't just bottle it up. And yeah, really hope that helps. Like the video, comment if you'd like to, and subscribe of course, and yeah, see you in another video. Bye.